Hi everyone, welcome to Foundation Fun Day. Today I am going to be reviewing a product that I'm super excited about, but not gonna lie, wasn't sure if everybody was going to be as enthused about this product as me. I thought I'd chance my arm though and do a full review. It will be a short review, but very in-depth, of the Monika Blunder Beauty Blunder Cover Foundation / Concealer. I'm super excited about this. I've been wearing this solidly for the last week. And yeah, not going to give too much away, but I really like it. You will have to wait and see what I actually think at the end of this video. I will tell you this though, not everybody is going to like this. If you want super full coverage and you want that coverage to be matte, this is not going to be for you. Let's do a little bit of bump on this. I'll show you the product and then we'll get into application. So this is the Monika Blunder Beauty Blunder Cover Foundation and Concealer. This does have added benefits, and it's a super multitasker. So as well as the skincare benefits that this provides, you can also use this as a concealer, and you can also use this to highlight and contour if you get it in different shades. Word of warning though, it's super expensive and I can't afford to use it in that way. So I'm just gonna be using it as a foundation today. This is £45 in the UK. You get 17.6 grams worth of product, which is 0.62 ounces, and it comes in 13 different shades, which are a wide spectrum of shades. This gives sheer buildable coverage and natural skin-like finish, and it's infused with arnica for its inflammatory qualities. It's also got edelweiss, rosemary, chamomile and aloe vera for their fantastic antioxidant benefits and also calming properties as well. And it's also got sunflower extract for that amazing vitamin E. There are a lot of oils in this formula. Some people are not going to like that, but it doesn't feel super oily on the skin. I'll get to that a little bit later on. So this has no alcohol, no essential oils, and it's also cruelty-free and vegan. So as you've just seen, it comes in a plastic container. When you remove the lid, all the product is inside, and although it is quite firmly packed, this is not a stiff, waxy consistency. This is really creamy and it doesn't dry down to a powder. So this feels weightless on the skin, and it doesn't feel like I'm dragging the skin as I'm buffing this into the skin. So to apply the formula, you can use any brush, but I'm using my Refy 18 brush. The one major tip that I will give you is make sure that your brush is clean. If you like to store your brushes so that the bristles are pointing upwards, make sure there is no dust in your brush because it will transfer into the product, and then you're just smearing dust all over your face. And the product doesn't look very nice at the end of it either. I made this mistake right at the very beginning. I thought my brush was clean and it really wasn't. So this is so quick and easy to apply. I like to dip my brush directly in the product. You don't have to do that. If it ekes you out, don't worry about it. If you are worried about double dipping, just remove a little bit of the product onto a palette and then you can apply it that way instead. But this is how I do it. I'm the only one using this, and you know, double dipping just doesn't really bother me that much. So I like to get a little bit on my brush and then apply from the center of the face and blend outwards. So I like to buff this into the skin. It blends out effortlessly. One thing I will say though, I really didn't like this when I first applied it. A few days ago, I applied it and thought, this is not going to be for me. Top tip for you, you need to let this settle into the skin for at least 10 minutes until you make your judgment. This is really quite shiny because of all the natural oils that are in the formula, but once you've let it sit for at least 10 minutes, it does settle down. Now you're not going to lose all of the shine, it's not going to all of a sudden become matte, but it does lose that edge. If you're wanting to soften the shine a little bit more, you can always add a little bit of powder over the top. And I tend to do this just over those shinier areas. So I absolutely adore how natural this looks. It looks like skin. It doesn't look like I've tried too hard in the morning. I'm not trying to look flawless. You can still see imperfections poking through this because I've not tried to build this up. I haven't tried to spot conceal those areas. I just wanted this to look as natural as possible. This has evened out my skin tone. It feels very calming on the skin. It feels very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel tight at all, but it also doesn't give me that suffocating feeling of overnourishment either. So let's have a look at this in natural lighting after first application. You will see here that this is quite shiny, and I have powdered this in those areas of supreme shine. You will have to believe me on this, that this does not look half as shiny in person as it does on camera. That's just something you're gonna have to trust me on. So this is not one of those foundations that's going to airbrush all your imperfections. Your imperfections are still going to be there. So if you do have large pores that you want airbrushing, this is not going to be the foundation for you. This is super natural. It just gives you a wash on the skin that just evens everything out and just makes your skin look like a better version of itself. It feels really comfortable on the skin. It's not tacky to the touch. Having said that though, this is not transfer resistant. If you're wanting a super transfer resistant foundation, this is probably not going to be for you. So as per usual, I've given this foundation a really good wear test, and I've given it a bit of a workout. This has had a run for its money, it really has. It's had to jump through hoops. So I went out and played bowling with the kids. We also went to Laser Quest in a really hot, stuffy room with 20 other people. By the way, I came second. Turns out I'm pretty good at Laser Quest. Give me a laser gun. If there's a problem in the universe, I am your person to stand behind. The only person that beat me was Wes, and that absolutely kills me. Anyway, Laser Quest, really hot stuffy room. And then yesterday when I wore this, we went for a really long walk with my dad in the countryside. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Dad, if you're watching this. We didn't do anything major. I think it was 3.5 miles, but there were some hills and it got warm and then it was colder and then it got warm again. And you know, it was one of those walks where you were taking layers off and then putting layers back on. So the foundation had a good workout and I wore it for at least 8 hours every single day. And every single day when Wes saw me at the end of the day, he complimented me and said I looked really nice. You can make your own judgment from that, but my husband doesn't compliment me very much, so I'll take that one. So as you can see, this is a lot shinier than it was on first application. That happens with all foundations for me, but this is still all intact. And that is because this really does sink into the skin. It becomes one with the skin. And it also doesn't feel tacky on the skin, which surprised me massively. With all the oils that are in this formula, I was expecting it to be much tackier and have much more of a slip to this than it actually has. I was also expecting it to feel much heavier on the skin because oils tend to make my skin feel warmer and more suffocated, and this does not feel like that at all. It's super, super lightweight. So final thoughts on this. I really like it. I think it definitely has a great place in my makeup collection. This is one of those foundations that I will use when I just want to look more refreshed. This is not one of those foundations that I will pick up if I need a medium to full coverage foundation. If I feel like I need that, it would be easier to go with something else because this would need too much building, and I'm not quite sure how it would cope with that level of building. I also am not keen on this as used as a concealer. I just don't think it works that well for me, especially under the eye area. As a foundation though, definitely one of my favorites. It's pricey though. It really is. And as a consumer, I would need to be using this every single day to get my money's worth out of it. And for me, I wouldn't personally use this on a daily basis. This is a great everyday foundation, but I sometimes require a little bit more coverage, and I also sometimes require something that's a little bit more matte and more airbrushing and will make my skin look more flawless. And this is not that foundation. So great to add to my collection. And as a YouTuber, this is great because I get to experience different products and pick up different products and have quite a large collection. But if I wasn't doing the job that I was doing, would I buy this? I'm not quite sure. but it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, if you want something quite dewy and very natural looking on the skin, if you want something that is light coverage, a sheer to light coverage on a daily basis, and you're wanting something that lasts 8 hours and you don't have a super oily skin, you may want to give this one a go. I really like it. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. If you've tried this already, if you're wanting to try it, or if it's a definite no-go for you, do leave a comment in the comment section, and I really hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.